Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. I want to share with you our Halloween week. And so our Halloween week started with a trip to the pumpkin patch with our co-op group. So you're going to see things like the pedal bikes, the bouncing pillow, playing in the corn, and going down the extreme slide. We had so much fun at the pumpkin patch with all of our friends.
Oh, I love it. Okay, don't do my...
So I just wanted to show you how pretty it was down here in the south. It's just got these beautiful hills and mountains. It's just a beautiful pumpkin patch. And then just like that, after about 2.5 hours, our day was over and we were headed home. Guys, the pumpkin patch was so much fun, but I wanted to continue that at home. I wanted us to have a fun Halloween week. We're actually off next week because that's our 7th week. We do 6 weeks on and 1 week off. And so I knew I wanted to have some Halloween fun with the boys before we had our off week. So let me show you the other things that we're using this week for Halloween week. Let me turn you around. So here is our setup. So I bought the cute little pumpkin tablecloth and I tried to just get out a few of the decorations that I had left. Our pumpkin we got yesterday, some picture frames, some pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. The cups in the back are from the Dollar Tree. That's what we're going to drink our orange drink out of. The books that we're reading, which is What is the Story of Dracula and Who is R.L. Stein. And then this stack of books has poetry in it that we're going to use for our first ever poetry tea time. We went with a Halloween theme. I thought that would be a lot of fun. And then we're also using the cookie kit that my sister put together. She bakes out of her home. Her business is called Sugar Coated, and she put together these Halloween cookie kits this year. So you got 4 different designs of cookies, 3 different colors icing, sprinkles, and something to spread it with. So the boys will do that today also, and that's what we'll snack on during poetry tea time. The other thing I want to show you is the work that we're actually going to do. Let me show you that really quick. So I purchased a pack from Teachers Pay Teachers. Now, I have used this lady's things before when I was a teacher. She does a lot of project-based learning. Her name is Shelly Rees. I'll link this down below. This is Design a Haunted House. And so it has academic content, but it's presented in a fun way. So we could still do Halloween stuff, but do the academic part of it. You can print these, like a full sheet, but I just did 2 to a page. So we're going to plan our theme, plan each room of the haunted house. You plan the props. There is math involved. There's writing, math, language arts, a lot of planning. So here's your math where you have a shopping list and you have so much money to spend. Haunted selfies where you describe where you were in the haunted house, a spooky playlist. There was a ton of pages in this pack. And the pack is really meant for you to go through and pick what you want your kiddos to do. You do not have to use the whole pack. This is another math, candy corn concessions. So we use these word problems with this right here to do math. That's what we'll be doing for math this week. We just drop our other math and we do this for this week. The other math in here was on area and perimeter. So there's 2 math things, or maybe 3 math things if you count the shopping list, that you could do with your kiddos. And then the last thing I put on here, and this was not a part of that packet. This was free on Teachers Pay Teachers, the Dissolving Candy Corn Lab Experiment. So I'll link that below also, so you can do that with your kids. So I gave them a copy of that. So that's something they will do. At the very end, they're going to make a brochure about their haunted house. That will be like their final project. And then I also have them some writing paper so they can make their own Halloween poetry, or they can write a scary story. So those are the things that we're going to be using today. I'm also going to show you our science experiments and our art project. Our first activity was using Art Hub for Kids to create a haunted house. So while the boys were busy finishing up their haunted house by watercolor or by marker, I was reading What is the Story of Dracula. Now the face I'm making at my son is he made a connection within the story and started telling me a story, and he always cracks me up. So they're listening to that. I also read to them from Who is R.L. Stein, which is one of my son's favorite authors. I love that their hands are busy because they're able to pay attention. We had a lot of discussion about the book that we were reading because they were able to focus and pay attention. And the haunted houses turned out so cute. So my son is going to show you his finished haunted house. Now we've moved on to the math portion of our activities, and this came in the project-based learning pack. So we're using candy corn concessions. They have 12 word problems, but we're breaking it up, 6 one day and 6 the next day. Some of the problems are a little challenging for one of my learners, so I decided to get out my whiteboard that I keep on my cart, and I'm just going to work through them with them. It doesn't hurt to do it with them and show them the steps or talk them through each of the problems. There was some multiplication, addition, division. We kind of hit all of the basic concepts. So that's what I'm doing. I would work it on my board. They would work it on their paper, or some were even doing some mental math. And we were showing some other ways you could do it. So we would just take turns reading the problems, working them out, and writing them down on paper. So I worked through like the first couple with them, and then I let them do the rest on their own because they actually got really good at what they were doing. The dissolving candy corn experiment. All right, so you are going to grab the alcohol and the vinegar, and you're going to fill in these cups. So you've got, this one's water, pay attention, vinegar, alcohol, and look, there's a little line to where you're going to fill it to. Let him do some of it too. He can do the water.
I'm gonna do the alcohol.
Okay.
I'll do the water and vinegar.
All right, so go do the water first over here if you want to. Just pour it to that little blue line.
Strong.
Don't spill it because it'll hurt our
Oh, now I
countertops.
see the blue line.
And put the top back on the alcohol.
Do you have to deal with vinegar? That smells so bad. I know.
Daniel, grab the candy corn.
Where is it?
Over there. Over there.
Oh, I filled it up too much.
That's okay. It'll be fine. It's not going to make a difference.
Oh.
And then do the vinegar. That's the tall one right there.
That's not pumpkin.
Uh-huh. It is, baby.
Oh.
Grab the candy corn. Get the scissors and cut the top off the candy corn.
I can just rip it. Yeah, I can't open it.
Just push it.
Got it.
I'll lay them over here.
We need scissors in order to survive. Your scissors and your pencil. Hey, that's a haunted house.
All right, that'll be good. If it doesn't fill it up all the way, that's okay. All right, so you're gonna put, Daniel put 3 candy corn in the alcohol. Josiah put 3 in the vinegar.
Oh.
Did you make it splash?
Yeah.
Or did it get on the counter?
No.
Okay, put it in easy so it doesn't get on the counter. 3 in the vinegar.
I'm gonna make a mixture of all the icings. Me too. Oh, this looks so good. No! I broke off one of the legs.
You could probably use some icing and stick it back on there.
Yeah. That's why I didn't use the spider.
Well, I was just going to fix them orange Fanta, but my son had the idea to use the red fruit punch mix to make them blood. And I thought that was pretty spooky and a good idea. So I mixed that up, and they're going to drink blood while we have poetry tea time. And notice the importance of me getting it even. We got to keep it even around here, right? All right. My poem is called Werewolf Warning. If the palm of the hand you're shaking is sprouting hair, beware. It means you've just met a werewolf, or maybe you've met a werebear. This creature might be very charming, suggesting a date to meet soon. Smile politely, agree, then skedaddle. Don't wait for the next full moon. Thank you. That was my poem. All right, whose poem is this?
That's mine.
My favorite things?
No, that's mine.
Okay. He's going to read my favorite things to everyone.
Wait, the whole thing?
Yeah, read it. I want to hear it.
Oh. Greasy green lizards and raw chicken gizzards.
Ew.
Spellbinding spells cast by spellcasting wizards. Dead mice and head lice and flapping bat wings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Ah.
Bare bones and tombstones in old cemeteries. Unswept pies filled with wild sour cherries. Cat claws and rat paws and bumblebee stings. These are a few of my favorite things. Okay, last one. Haunting, taunting, life gets daunting. That's when this witch says, I simply remember my favorite things and fly through October.
Nice. Chew food up. Ew.
I'll get it to yours, Daniel.
Chew food up before you eat and reread. What's yours called?
The Verbivore.
Okay.
Herbivore. Ferociously the herbivore dines on verbs and nothing more. Wherever books are on a shelf, it saunters by and helps itself. Seeking its source of satisfaction, it starts a story, eats the action.
So now the boys are watching ads for famous haunted houses so that we can get some ideas of what do they use in their haunted houses to attract people to make them want to come. There's a lot of choices out there. So what makes people want to go to certain haunted houses? So we kind of talked about what are they offering at each haunted house and what can you offer at yours. And now we're just checking on the candy corn and seeing how it's coming along. Now they've reached the planning stages of their haunted house. My son went with a futuristic theme and his friend went with a time travel theme. So they're just planning the rooms and planning the themes out, and it's turning out super cool. So now we're getting kind of hungry. We've had our little snack, but we want some lunch. And I picked up these adorable pumpkin shaped pizzas from Aldi. So run there and get you some. We don't know how they taste. We're going to make them and try them out and see what we think about them, but they're super cute. So that's where we got them. This is what the pumpkin pizza looks like outside of the box. So it's a pretty good size. I mean, that'd be a pretty decent lunch. So we're going to bake these up. And here's the finished product. And you know what? They actually tasted really good. My son only ate half of his and I tried the other half, but we got 2 thumbs up. So I think they were a win. You need to try them. Now back to working on their planning their haunted house. So while they're doing this, I'm in the background playing scary music. I just looked up a Halloween best Halloween songs playlist on YouTube. So we have that going. It has like Ghostbusters, Monster Mash on it. And they're just continuing to work on their packet. So this was the end of this day. I'll show you more tomorrow. Today we started with exploding pumpkins. I got this idea from Becky at Russell's Love and Life. So if you want to see how to do it, you can check out her video on how to set up the exploding pumpkins. So right now they're just drawing faces on their baggies and we're going to show you what the experiment looks like. It was a lot of fun. After the exploding pumpkin experiment, we came back in and worked on our brochures for our haunted house. They got really creative with those and they actually turned out pretty cute. They had to draw different features, set admission prices, all kinds of things you would want to find in a brochure to make people come to your haunted house. This is my son's finished one. He just wanted to not color it today, which was totally okay with me. He can work on it tomorrow. And now he's in the middle of writing a spooky story or a spooky poem. And that's how we ended Halloween week. All of this stuff will be linked down in the description box below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching.